me twice today. Love me two-time, girl. I'm gone away. Love me two-time, girl. One for tomorrow, one just for today. Love me two-time, I'm gone away. Love me one time, could not speak. Love me one time, yeah, my knees got weak. Love me two-time, girl. Lost me all through the week. Love me two-time, I'm gone away. Love me two-time, I'm gone away. Oh yeah. Love me one time, could not speak. Love me one time, baby. Yeah, my knees got weak. Love me two-time, girl. Lost me all through the week. Love me two-time, I'm gone away. Love me two-time, babe. Love me twice today. Love me two-time, babe. 'Cause I'm gone away. Love me two-time, girl. One for tomorrow, one just for today. Love me two-time, you see the real me? Can you see the real me?
What's up, lockdown world? It's Irate Prostate. It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for Hot Takes with me and the Butter Baron. And we have a new member of the family, the one and only Lotus Wolf, somebody that Brian and I have been hassling for about 3 years now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be that long, I'd say. It'd be a long time.
Yeah. So
I think you pronounced it wrong. It's Lotus Wolf.
Lotus Wolf. Although, yeah. And we also call her Lettuce because, you know, lettuce and lotus and lettuce.
Yep, Lettuce Wolf.
Lettuce is food. It's good stuff.
LETTUCEWOOF. Lettuce Wolf.
Even though I'm called Lotus Prostate at the moment.
Yeah, you can change that, you know, because people will want to know who you are.
Nope, she can't change it.
No, she can't.
Nope. I said so.
You won't.
It's crazy, man. Oh, shoot. So, Alex, all right. So, Brian, say hey to everybody, first of all.
What up, fam?
Bam. That's right. And Lotus, you got an opening, a greeting for everybody? What?
Not yet, no. Never thought that far ahead.
Dude,
You gotta have a signature greeting, Lettuce.
That's right.
Maybe I could. Can't swear on here, can you?
Sure, man. It's you know what?
What a cunt.
That's right. Representing the land down under, of course, the one and only Lotus Wolf. That's right. And we really welcome Lotus to the scene. I don't know. I've been thinking that she would be perfect to do this because, like in Discords and shit, she can talk about the stuff that we've been watching, you know, really well. And you know, last week Brian and I just said, well, let's get her in here, and she did great. And I said, hell, join the team. Fuck it, right? The more the merrier.
Absolutely.
Or in this case, the morbid, the merrier.
Well, and Lotus Wolf has been a good friend of ours for quite some time.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a super great ad.
It's been like, I don't know, probably about 50 years now.
Yeah,
It's like
I lost my teeth last week.
I remember them old days.
Hey, hold on now. I got a tooth pulled not too long ago, so.
You got a Tim Pool?
No, I got a tooth pulled.
Oh, a tooth pull. Okay.
I thought you got two.
I was going to say, one of those is far worse than the other. I'm glad you got the tooth pulled.
Yeah, no shit. Me too, man.
I watch him from time to time.
So, all right. I guess before we get into the show, usually the way that Brian and I do this thing, and now Lotus, is that we'll kind of give a synopsis. The show that we're doing is a show that's on Netflix, and it's an Italian show. First of all, it was Netflix produced, and it's really weird. This is like the third European small town with a fucking water covered city in it. The most famous though is this thing called Les Revenants, also known as The Returned, which is probably the best out of all these kind of series.
Yeah, watched a little bit of The Return.
Yeah.
Too far in.
Yeah, that. So you did see that,
A little bit.
right? What about Dark? That's on Netflix too.
If I can remember, I'm sure I watched a couple episodes of that too.
Yeah, Dark is excellent, and I might get into that in a little bit. Hey, Johnny Bonsaco, let's say hey to everybody in the thing before we get going. Uzi Q, I love the better half is over there. B Token, you B Token now.
We love and appreciate all of our viewers. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, no doubt. No
For
doubt.
my nudes, please access my OnlyFans account afterward, free to all viewers.
You gonna throw a special code in there?
Well, I would, but I guarantee you nobody wants to see that.
I don't know. Put it in. I might have a look.
Okay. I just want to let you know. Ginger ass hawk. It's exactly like it sounds. It's an ass cheeks with a full-on ginger mane straight down the center.
Ass hawk.
Okay, at least people would want to watch it. Watch it for laughs.
Right on.
Oh look, ass crack there. Uh-huh.
Yeah. This may take I don't know. We're just it's been a weird. I mean, it's been a weird. Actually, been a weird couple of weeks, right, on my end of it. So I'm a little off balance today, and I apologize if I'm throwing the energy off or anything. I just had to deal with some stuff, and I'm having to deal with it a lot. So it's not going away. All right, so this series opens up with some more. Okay, so there's all these questions that come up. There's a small town on the border of Austria and Italy, and it opens up with these two what look like identical twin girls, and one sees the other shoot the mom, and then it cuts to them, her, I guess, as an adult, driving back into the old town, and the bell tower that sticks up out of the water, it will be prominent in a second here.
Don't come back to this town.
Ever. Well, yeah, and of course there's this thing where the guy talks about the old, actually I think it's a Native American adage about having two wolves, one evil wolf and one good wolf, and which one survives is the one you feed the most. One
good wolf and one lettuce wolf.
Yeah.
I'd be the evil one. I'll shoot.
That is an odd kind of coincidence, quinky dink there, as they say. So what's going on here is that all right, this lady comes back with her twin kids, but they're fraternal twins, a male and female. Girl's name is Daria, and the boy's name is Mauro. Okay, remember this is Italian. All right, so if you listen to it with its original soundtrack, it's in Italian and in German. All right, because it's right on the Austrian border, and it was disputed. And this is a real town, actually, with all this shit in it, right? So it's kind of based on a real place, and it was in Italy for a while, and then it was in Austria for a while, and the hotel or the place where they're staying at is run by the mom's father, an older man. He's the one that tells the story about the wolves and shit. He's got a wolf in a pen that he's trying to train to make better. So they go to school. The kids go to school. The boy's got a hearing aid, and you find out later that the person that is supposed to be his father is the one that hit him, and knocked his hearing off. I don't, they really don't explain a lot of shit on this deal.
They really don't.
Is this also in a book, or it's just a TV?
It's just TV. I did a lot of research on it, and it's a teleplay that this was developed for Netflix. And it's formulaic. You can definitely tell it's got that European, small town with a secret kind of thing going on. Remember Tabula Rasa, Brian? The Dutch thing about the woman who was remembering shit backwards, kind of like a Memento, but
yes.
Like Memento and this thing put together. It actually was pretty good. This I think that this could have been 4 episodes instead of 7. I think that there was a lot of stretching they did with the story. Some interesting things. Okay, so what happens is that the lake spawns, like if you hear the bell tower, that means that the other half of you, like say if you've tried to be a good person or something, the other half is the evil part, right? And so it comes up out of the water and tries to kill the person, and usually succeeds. So in this town, a lot of the people aren't really the people who they were. They're the copies of the people that,
They're just the evil ones.
Right.
It is a doppelganger thriller.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Very well put, Brian. Let's see. All right, so, as soon as the daughter gets there, the father says, "Y'all are leaving. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear it." And the kid loses his. And this is what's interesting, because remember, he goes off right in the first episode. He goes out to the lake to get his drone, right? If you look at it, you'll see him. He's using the goggles and flying a drone that way. And I wonder if he got switched out at some point during that, when he went to get that, because when we find out later what's really going on, it's like that question hit me pretty hard. So the daughter Daria, she's like she comes into the high school, and she's like I'm the cool kid. I'm from Milan, the big city, right? And so she's like, I'm going to fool around with these bumpkins. They try to bust her balls and ignore her and stuff, and she's not having it. She's very smart ass personality. I've got more slides loaded in the slide thing. I don't know why it's only just showing these.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you pick up, Brian?
So the story is sort of, for the first 3 episodes, it's basically just a YA teen sort of ooh-woo kind of. To be honest, it the first 3 episodes are super high school, and it's Mean Girl stuff and stuff like that. It's really not very interesting.
Well, there's kind of hot Les stuff going on, for a second there.
Yeah, but there's not enough. There's for, like you said, it should be shorter. Mm-hmm. It was. This is like a common theme with Netflix shows, where they drag it out super long so that they can get more watch time. And that's exactly what this was. Yeah. There is not enough content in this show to fill a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, they fill it up with fillers, as they call it, instead of actually focusing.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best part about the whole thing was the last episode. And like the last 30 minutes of the whole thing,
But actually, I timed it. It was the last 12 minutes of the last episode.
Okay. But all right. So the story, in my opinion, was contrived, and in places
Absolutely.
there's a lot of forced shit. Right. There was some interesting stuff. Like, all right, so the guy who was in love with the mom when they were high school kids, right, is now a copy, and he's still in love with her.
Yep.
Right. And when she left, she told the original guy that he, that she was pregnant with somebody else's baby, but I'm thinking that probably they're his.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because it would because the tragedy gets even better. I think that's what they were going for, right?
I guess, but the whole time lapse aspect of this show doesn't really even need to exist at all. There's they could have just done the entire beginning of the show, the first 3 episodes, with as if they were adults already. They didn't need a time lapse from high school forward. It doesn't change the story at all, and it doesn't help it at all. So, I don't know. I thought that was just a waste, just a complete and utter waste.
Did they at least do any flashbacks, or that's the only part you see?
Yeah,
no, it's a lapse forward. It's like a lapse forward into the future with them as adults.
Yeah, and then the flashback, the main flashback is of the mom and her doppelganger in the last episode.
Oh.
So we get we finally find the doppelganger story out of the whole thing, and we don't really even ever get the mom's story. She just left.
No, you don't.
She just left, and the guy that was the kid's parents come back, and the guy that whose doppelganger is still in love with the girl, he kills the guy, right? And so his doppelganger, what was interesting, came about when he was pining for this girl. He goes with the German girl who ends up becoming the school teacher. and she's in love with him, and she wants him to date her, and he's like, he just is not feeling it, right? And then he falls in the water, and his doppelganger kills him, and then comes out, and then he's right on top of her, and they're like, making babies right there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so the mom, she knew what was going on, and she liked it. She was okay with the doppelganger being her boyfriend. But see, later on, her doppelganger comes for her, and she's ready for it. And it's kind of so there's all this like tragedy that's going on. It's just there's just places where we're like going, like, why show her masturbating with the rabbit? That the one character. Well, I mean, you don't really see it, but it's the back of her head, and she grabs this this obvious sex toy thing, and the mom says, well, at least you're not getting pregnant. Which I mean,
they had to have something interesting, right? Like, there's nothing interesting at all for the most part. Like the twists are not very good twists. The doppelganger aspect of it is pretty evident, like in episode 1, and it's not super interesting. Yeah. And the characters, they don't really matter at all. Like, I don't care about the brother and sister that come back to the city. The acting was bad, the dub was bad, the sub was bad. The way that they act is just like, maybe it's a cultural difference, but I don't think so. I think it was just bad acting.
Yeah, there's moments where there's actually good acting, and the guy that plays the doppelganger that's in love with the girl, I think he did a good job, right? Because the climax, he shoots them both and then kills himself. That guy, I think he did a good job.
Do you think it would probably make a good TV show if it was like executed right? Because it does seem like you know, a good concept, I guess, for a TV show.
It's got potential, yeah. Go ahead.
Can I throw a scenario out here? Did anyone ever watch X-Files when they were a kid?
Yeah.
Right? So the scenario here is it's one episode of X-Files, and that's it. That's all the content that's in there. It's one episode where they have doppelgangers, and the doppelgangers eventually kill themselves.
Yeah,
that's it.
But see, Brian, the deal with, I think that they need that romance element and that drama, you know, that melodrama element to like we were talking about, you know, to attract female audience members.
I guarantee you that is not attracting female audience members. It was not. It was so not good in any way.
Right? Did Beeb see any of it?
Beeb saw a good chunk of it, and so did Brittany, and they were both like, wow, this is dog shit.
Unless you're brought up in Europe, it might.
Unless you're what?
Brought up in Europe.
Right.
I don't think so. I think it's that it's 45 minutes worth of content put out in what, 6.5 hours, 5.5 hours?
And
that's
really
classic
7 hours.
Netflix.
Closer to 7 hours. I would say 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and you know, it's like and then there's this other show that's, I'm going to bring up right now called Tales from the Loop, that's showing on Amazon, right? And, you know, it's got similar problems, man. I think what it is.
Absolutely.
There's like a handful of actors in the series that are decent, right? And the rest of them are just shit actors.
Yes,
and you really
I would say Tales from the Loop is more acceptable because of the fact that they have a couple decent actors.
Well, all right. So my favorite part about that was the kind of that weird Soviet American mishmash, you know, 80s, 60s, 80s America. You're really not sure. And there's these weird like robots and shit. You know, that was all cool, man. The visuals on it were great, and really, all right. So on this, the really great part of this is the camera work, and the whoever was directing the cinematography did a really good job at place. I mean, at times I was like, yeah, okay, it's working. It was pulling me in. And
I totally can agree with that, actually. That is one thing that this really had going for it was filmed on site, and the camera work was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and even the drone work was really good. You know, so I think this is a developing theme that we're seeing with all this kind of shit, is that I think the streaming platform has got everybody scrambling so hard to try to create these gems that just, you know, it's like trying to give somebody a cup and telling them to pee in it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have to pee, then you're not going to be able to pee in the cup, you know, no matter how hard you try. And I think that's, she's looking at me, oh, you stupid moron, what are you fucking saying? What I'm trying to say is that, you know, it's really comes across forced here.
Yeah, forced, absolutely.
You know,
forced.
and it's like, and it takes away, I think it takes away from the ambience, which was, you know, in places the ambience is great. You know, that's what's so frustrating about this series, is that you know, there was really good spots, but there weren't enough of them. You know, atmosphere. I love good atmospheric horror, man. We'll talk about this. Izzy and I watched a movie called Relic last night, an Australian film.
Dude, Relic is a great film.
Holy shit, that was just like, oh my god.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
Isn't it based off of a book?
It's Australian. Lotus, you would love it, man.
I'm not quite a fan of Australian films, so this might be why.
Oh, really? It's actually pretty good. Emily Mortimer is the main character in it. And
yeah, I think that's based off a book called Relic.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's the one where they're like in a museum and there's a monster.
Oh no, you're thinking of The Relic.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, this is about like a girl, a lady, and gets a call that her mom's gone missing, and her mom is old and has kind of starting to get dementia and shit, and she and her daughter go up there to to find her and stuff, and it unfolds into this weird. I mean, it's a lot. Some of the scenes reminded me of Repulsion by Roman Polanski, one of the greatest atmospheric horror films I've ever seen. Psychological horror, right? Where it's about a person that's going insane, and without tipping the hand on that. That might be a movie we want to watch because I can facilitate that, and I'd be willing to do that again just to talk about it because it is worth seeing. I think it's available through a thing called Stan, not the American internet usage of the word, but it's like the Australian Netflix, right?
Awesome.
Is it Australian? Stan, yeah. Stan's it's kind of similar to Netflix.
Right. It's a streaming platform that's uniquely Australian. So
kind of free. You just have to short screen.
Yeah. Get a little bit closer to my Lotus, please. You're kind of catching little pieces of you. It's all right. You good. She's doing a great job. All right, let's ask the some zone cat. Yeah, there's always overly aggressive interpersonal politics and promoting agenda based off immature scripting instead of reliable depth and creative impression. That's well put. Holy shit.
Summed it up right there. That's the problem.
Some zone cat. Who in the hell are you? And why are you not modded? Now you are modded. Richo, a fellow Aussie. As a matter of fact, speaking of, I'll go ahead and promote this. Lotus and I will be doing ice cream on the ice cream interview on Sunday, and then a week later, Richo, a fellow Anzac, is going to be joining us. I know Anzac is literally the Australia and New Zealand, but it's Aussie. I don't want to use that term too much because you can overuse it.
What's the word?
Hey, and I'm not even stoned. Just saying. I probably sound like it though.
I am.
So you guys hearing me all right now, or?
Yeah,
yes.
You're perfect. Yes.
Yeah, I've recently got a new mic, so I'm thinking it shouldn't because I can move it about where it's right up against my face.
Nice. What kind did you get?
I don't know. It's just a fucking.
Yeah.
And it's got like that big stand that you can move it around and things.
Right.
Like a professional one. Yeah.
Yeah. With the arm, the moving.
Yeah,
arm?
with the arm.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Good. Sweet. Let's see. I'm trying to. I'm reading the synopsis I've written out. We've pretty much covered the whole story. It does. I do love the way that even at the end, the guy had shot both of the moms, but one of them was not fatally wounded. She had just been grazed, and she ended up being the evil one. And so the son lets her die. And that's how it ends. It's like, boom, that's it.
Okay, but let's really talk about like how how could this have been a good show? Because all I'm seeing when I was watching it was a mishmash of this is kind of interesting, this is sort of interesting, maybe relatable, sort of like, have you ever seen the AI trailer from 2017?
AI, the movie AI?
No. There's an AI generated trailer that's just a 7 out of 10 to pretty much everyone. It's just a C, you know? And that's how I felt about this show. It's not... Actually, I felt like it was really just awful because it kind of gave me the feeling of the movie Birth, where...
Better story?
I'm sitting there like, oh my god, why am I wasting my time with this?
Well,
this is like a job. This is terrible.
Maybe Lotus could identify with this. It's like you're watching. All right, so when you're watching a good movie that's atmospheric like this and mysterious, right? There's an unfolding that's taking place, and like you think it's going to go somewhere, right? And you're expecting it to at least hit beats, during that revelation, and. I'm one of those people that I'm always hoping for that,
Stop hoping, because it's not working.
Exactly. But I won't give up on shit, man.
No, I gotta be honest. If we do something like this again, and it's this bad, I'm just gonna give up on it, because I can't. This was terrible. I could never. I wouldn't recommend this to somebody who shot me in the face.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It probably is the worst thing I've seen on Netflix in 2 years.
I don't think I'd go that far.
No. It wastes your time with nothing. There's no good bonus to it. Like, this makes devs look a million times better. I gotta be honest, because. Debs at least had scenery. At least there were long sweeping scenes, and that, and you could look at the nice scenery. But on this, it's just nothing. There's nothing. The scenery was okay, but it's on site, so of course, is going to be okay.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful area, man. It's right at the where the Alps start. So there's this nice mountainous. Alpine forest scenery that goes on with the lake, right? And at times it looked like the movie Raw to me. I could tell, and at times I could see like the camera guy, especially the scene I'm looking at right now. It's almost like the guy was imitating Hitchcock or the photographer.
The photographer, but the director didn't know what the fuck was going on because he put dubstep over that shit.
Oh, I know. Some of the electronic was weird, and
it was bad.
Some of the music was okay, but
some of the music made sense, but the other music, I'm like, who would ever do this to this scene? Yeah,
it was like like taking a fucking chimpanzee with a synthesizer and just letting it fuck around with it.
So do you think there'll be a season 2 of this TV show?
Absolutely. That's what Netflix does when they have bad shows.
Yeah, it's probably
shows have this bad shit happen.
I might check it out to see what happened to the dad, to the old man, because I'm wondering if he's a copy. Because there's all these other people in the town that you don't know if they're copies or not. So there's other stories to tell, I think. And
maybe they're all copies and they drowned the originals, and then the originals are coming back for revenge.
See, and that's something else. Well, there's kind of like a Pet Cemetery kind of quality to it, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's good intuition there. Lotus.
There's a whole priest scene in this that they talk about the family and them coming back and like it being where they're gonna get the family, and you realize that later on that guy's a doppelganger, the priest, with his dead eyes.
They blame the family. The family is blamed for causing all this shit, right?
Yeah. But the thing is that you don't care about them because they're unlikable. They don't
seem like a real family.
well, they don't seem like a real family. The grandpa looks like the dad, and the kids are unlikable. They're like mean kids at high school.
Yeah, the grandpa's like me. He doesn't age. He doesn't age because he looks like he's literally 50 years old, and he's supposed to be like in his late 60s or early 70s.
So the twin kids, they're the mean people. They're the mean teens. You know how you got the mean teens in every teenager type TV show. They're the actual mean ones, not being bullied at. They're the bullies.
Well, maybe because like I was telling you, the guy that killed himself, his kids, so they might be brother and sister with the other two, with the twins. And so that's a storyline that it could follow too. So yeah, there's so much potential. Like, that's what pisses me off is that, and it seems like Netflix, all they have to do is just, put about, I don't know, about 100K more into it and get some kind of like a project developer to kind of monitor the situation, or somebody that's not like a quota hire or some shit. You know what I'm saying, man?
No,
I'm talking about like all projects like
thing
this.
Away.
Yeah,
that's like polishing a turd. This was just too bad.
Yeah, see, I'm not going that far. I think it had a lot of potential, and it is atmospheric in areas. It's not a 0. It's not even a 2, in my opinion.
To me, it seems like it could have potential with the type of movie plot it has. Whether it's one show of the X-Files or not, it's something that can be worked with.
I guess, but you would really have to kind of just overhaul the entire thing.
It would take a new showrunner
to make it good.
You're right. It would take a new showrunner to fix this stuff, which is sad, man. Because I think the potential was there. Hey, Michael Hatfield, what's up, man?
Maybe someone else to write it instead of the people that are doing it now.
Yeah.
Do it.
And maybe that's the creative team will get switched out or something. I don't know. Like I said, part of me wishes we had done Dark instead, because Dark takes you on this weird path, this weird journey, right? You think it's a murder mystery, and then it becomes like a time travel thing. And then it becomes a multiverse thing, and then it comes back and unifies at the very end. So there's it's like a 3-season, loop, man. And it was like, and it completes itself.
Oh, okay.
This wanted to be dark.
Yeah. It's like, this is like Dark and Le Revenant put together in what it wants to be, what it's aspiring to, and it's just not getting there. If you want to see a good submerged village fucking series, man, Le Revenant or The Returned is where you want to go. It's French. It's got some sexy people in it. It's this, and when I mean French, it's like this is an adult show, so there's a lot of good sex in it. So there's some payoffs if you get bored, if you're a horn dog like me. I don't have anything else to say about this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's bad. What would you give it out of 10?
I give it an even 5.5. If you're really that fucking bored, and it's like in this kind of stuff draws you in, it may draw you in. I think there's an audience out there. If you can read between the lines of what I'm saying.
Yeah, like the ones that watch things like Sharknado and
Yeah.
Well put, Lettuce. Sharknado
was better.
Well, Sharknado didn't take itself seriously, right?
This should not have.
Right. If this hadn't been so uptight, that is exactly what's wrong with this show. Is that it was too uptight about itself, right? It needed to smoke a bowl and just chill out and like not take itself so fucking seriously, right?
Absolutely.
OZQ's doing gymnastics over here.
You know, full stop. If it's a horror film, it should not be so serious at all.
Yeah.
But I think I'm lucky I didn't watch it then.
Well, you watched 3 episodes with me.
Yeah, first couple, but
right. Didn't finish it
at
out.
least I understood that that Japanese one a bit better.
Ju-on, that was good, actually. I think that's going to withstand. Go ahead.
It had more entertainment in it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, scary scenes like the baby.
Oh, that was crazy, man. I agree. Yeah. You know, and that's one thing that this thing might have missed is some kind of weird visual here and there. There's a great scene with a devil mask on a wall, and nothing ever happens of it, right?
So that's supposed to signify the monster.
Right, the imagery, exactly. The imagery could have been less subtle. Like I said, they should have just smoked the bowl and just, said, hey, man, let's do this.
I mean, okay, I come to you and I say, I have a great movie idea, right?
Right.
We're going to have a city in which people come back as their doppelgangers from an underwater dwelling area. And you say, yeah, let's make a season out of that? Like, what?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not underwater. Maybe some other mysterious place that people think it's from underwater.
Sharknado is a fun movie, Johnny Bonsacco, man. All the Sharknadoes are great. But, because they don't take themselves seriously. They know they're having fun, and they're just, they're throwing caution to the wind and having a ball. And when you see people having fun, you can feel it. You can tell it, right? Especially like with this YouTube, right? It's like I'm not going to, ask Brian to fake it and fake it's like, and I see that with people who review entertainment. I think some of them are like being paid because they'll, outright just tout and praise shit that's just shit. And,
absolutely.
And so I can't do that. But I'm not gonna completely shit all over something either. I try to give everything a fair shot. I think, and I think that if I expected or Brian or even Lotus, to have the same opinion as me, then why have them here, right? That's
true.
The best part of the show is the talking, right? And we're having fun doing it. That's the point. Rich is slowly backing away from the chat. What's the matter, Richo? It says Billy Stinson.
Hi, William.
Hello, William. Brian always fakes it with Beebs.
Welcome, William.
Wilhelm, setzen Sie sich und passen Sie auf.
It's William.
Wilhelm. Ja.
Eine Wilhelm.
Prost. Oma, 999. We'll go back to the title card and just kind of hang out for a little bit and talk about. So, all right. So, what else did you watch this week, Brian?
I watched Crawl, which is I believe it's 2019 or 2020 movie. It's on Amazon right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was better than this, but not very good.
Okay.
I pretended to fall asleep. I'm just like, fuck this shit. I'm not watching the rest of that.
Dude, don't ever do that to a guy you know what I'm saying?
I also watched
Don't
Crimson
ever
Peak.
do that. Oh, really? What did you think about that, man?
Very visually stunning. The story was very simplistic, though, sadly.
Yeah. It was, Del Toro's gone that way. He's going for more visual stuff in that one. Because the story's been told. I think and I think that's kind of the point with him on this. But it's kind of a simple, like The Stain. What is it with Europeans and these fucking indelible stains on, people's lives but yeah, that's a great movie. I enjoyed it. Just because I love Del Toro's visuals, man. I can get lost in that shit, and the story, I can take it or leave it.
Well, we were talking about how every scene had like actual early 1900s, late 1800s wear in each room, and visually it's extremely pleasing, and that's clearly what they were going for.
Exactly.
So, if you want something that you can watch in 4K, watch that movie.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's stunning. And and it's got beautiful people in it. So
it has what's his name from Supernatural? Bill from Supernatural.
And it has it's Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, it does have Jax Teller, but he's not the greatest character.
And Loki, the guy that played Loki's in that too, right?
Now, yeah, Loki is the one that's really the person who brings the audience,
Yeah, that whole ballroom scene is fantastic. The dancing with the candle. You see, all that comes to mind immediately because Del Toro is such a visual guy. I'm seeing all this shit in my head right now. And I haven't seen that movie in 2.5, 3 years. I'm serious. And that tells you what good art is, man. Good art is like, boom. You know it when you see it. It's like pornography.
Yeah.
Y'all know that's what a judge said. I can't define pornography, but I know it when I see it. That was the famous Deep Throat trial. That's right. Here's history for everybody. That's right. History. All right. So Uzi and I watched a movie called Relic. Like I said, it's Australian. This lady and her daughter, who's an older daughter, right? She's in her maybe mid-20s, maybe early 30s. They go up and because her mom's missing, and the house is creepy as hell, and there's all this kind of black mold everywhere, and the atmosphere.
Is that the one where at the start is a huge flood or something?
No.
Is that
no? There's a bathtub flood at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense in the movie until like the end. And I really think it's more about getting old. The shitty part about getting old is that you become useless. You're forgetful, and you're like reliving the same pattern over and over again. And it's also about the generations of this shit, right?
Yeah.
We're all ants on the anthill. And, it's like, oh, dude, it's such a hopeful film. But I love stuff like that. I love stuff that makes me emote, even if it's anger. And not because it's a shitty movie, but because, the outrage of what they're, telling me about myself. What do you think about the introspective qualities, Brian?
Of which movie?
Any type of movie that pulls you in.
I think the introspective qualities of some of the better movies out here can be a really good way to make it with the main character, but as for the show we watched, it was just all bad.
Yeah. So
I was pulling my hair out halfway through this thing. I gotta be honest, and I'm bald.
So what is, no, you're not, dude. You got chin hair.
That's true. I do have a beard.
It would hurt. It would hurt like a motherfucker.
I was just sitting there. And I'm like, I hate this. This is the worst thing we have done. If I had been staring at a wall for 5 hours,
out of all
it would have been more entertaining.
Hold on now. The worst ever?
Ever.
Let's take a trip back in time. Let's go down memory
lane. I would rather
lane.
watch The Last Airbender, man.
What about hold on, let me look at some stuff here. Let's dig up some blasts from the past. Let's see how I'll go back in time, because there's some stuff that, man, I was looking the other day and I'm going, holy shit, we talked about that. I have no memory of it. I mean, it's easy to remember shit like, the flat earth thing because it's still getting views. And, let's see.
You know what, though? Flat earth was fun.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I watched that. That's pretty good, that flat earth thing.
Let's see.
It was interesting.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just saying about the flat earth documentary. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the one we watched together.
Yeah, that was funny. You got a laugh or entertainment out of it.
Right, exactly.
But this, it's just like boring shit.
Well, and it was pretty clear that in the flat earth thing, some of the people there may or may not believe that the earth is flat, but they're just there for community.
There may be trolling, yes.
Yeah.
There's a strong trolling element there, man. I agree. Remember that movie, Hold the Dark? Yes or no?
You know what? Hold the Dark was, that was the wizard, right? The guy that was supposedly a wizard.
No, it was a guy. It takes place in the Adirondack, and he's chasing a guy that supposedly it's about a Wendigo. I think it's a Wendigo movie.
Is that the one with the wolves and the guy from True Blood?
Yes,
True Blood?
from Westworld.
Okay,
dude. Yeah,
that was better.
And the guy from True Blood. Both of those guys are in it.
Yeah, that's better because there's that 50 cal scene in it where he just blows away a bunch of cops.
Yeah,
and
no, that was cool, man. You know, I'm taking that back. All right, Godzilla, the cartoon.
Godzilla was better.
Oh,
it was better. I'm sorry. At least we got, that did not take itself seriously. They had a fat Godzilla turd looking thing, and it was hilarious.
What about that movie that Failure got us to watch? The Bad Batch.
Oh, I forgot about that. That might not be better. That one was dog shit. Man, actually, though, on retrospect, there are a couple of really big turds, but we've been mostly watching good stuff. But this one was a real big turd.
So are you? Go ahead. Keep talking.
Like a Bono style turd, like 250 Courics, easy.
A Bono style turd.
Yeah, you've never heard that turd?
No, I haven't.
The largest turd on the planet is Bono. He's made fully of shit.
You really hate that guy.
No,
that's a South Park reference. That's actually an episode.
That's actually, that was funny as shit, man. You made me spit shit out. But it didn't get on my keyboard. Still got my keyboard, damn it.
All right. Bro, I got 3 replacement keyboards, the Logitech Specials.
No shit, man. All right, so what? Go ahead and grade this damn thing.
I'm giving it a 1 out of 10.
Okay.
It really, when I messaged you yesterday, I was like, I can't watch this. I am stoned and it's not entertaining. It's
well,
bro, Digimon is entertaining if you're stoned, and this is not entertaining. It's so bad.
Oh man. Well, all right. So, and of course, Lotus actually didn't see it, but she
saw half of it.
She saw half of it. So are you right? You give a grade. I didn't want to put you on the spot if you didn't want.
I'd probably give it a 1 too. Probably just I think the concept of doppelgangers coming back and kill, that kill or be killed type thing. I think that's pretty trippy. That.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to rate it?
1.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for that thing alone.
What about a movie? Have you seen a movie this past week that you really liked? Or
I've been trying to watch some movies and I just get probably 10, 15 minutes into it and I'm just like, it's shit.
Yeah.
It's nothing decent I can think about that I've watched in the past week or so.
I'm calling it the coof slump.
Well, I mean, it's like, all right, so everything good out there, has been, pretty much everybody's seen it. Like I told you, like about that movie I saw last week, the Beach House, which actually was pretty decent. Whoever made it should make another horror film because they were good at it. Even on a minimal budget. So
one that showed that I watched was that Nun Warrior, the Warrior Nun. Fucking Xena the Warrior Nun.
No, I haven't seen the Warrior Nun yet. No, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, and
what?
Old Guard. I think I've seen probably the 2 that I tried watching. Couldn't watch it. Not at all.
No, you couldn't watch Warrior Nun?
Nope.
All right.
Could not watch it. It was worse than like Immortals or something.
Okay.
All right, it was funny that the Warrior Nun was like, I'm an atheist. That it was like hardcore trying to be super ironic, and that's another Netflix special.
Yeah.
And her just talking over, being the commentator of her own fucking story and being the sarcasticness that she has there is, it's like forced, like it's not a natural sarcastic, what a natural person who's naturally sarcastic would say.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it's like a person just rattling off lines.
Yeah, just try hard. Being try hard funny without being funny or something. Stupid.
All right, so to synopsize everything that we've talked about, apparently Dark is better than this.
Absolutely.
And Les Revenants is better than Dark. So if you want to see something, that's intriguing about secrets and European towns, what I liked about Dark is it took place in 3 different eras, and as it goes on, it goes further back in time because there's this 33-year thing, and it's cool, man. It really kept my attention. I kept hitting. Okay, I watched the next episode. So anyway, Relic is a fantastic film. It's a sleeper, and I think that it's going to be hit or miss with people because of maybe their relationship with their family. Because it really makes you think about your relationship with your family, especially if you've got an old person in your family that you have to take care of. Make you introspective. Yes.
Yeah, the reason why I asked if it had at the start of it, because I remember watching, I think, one episode of a new Australian series where this big flood just comes out and kills people, and then weird stuff happens. And then it's got the lady, the old lady with the dementia. She's got dementia in the show.
Yeah,
but she's also the same character in this show.
It's on Hulu. Yeah. She comes back young, and you don't know how the fuck did she come back young?
Yeah, something like that.
Because of the flood. I couldn't get through the second episode. You know?
Yeah, I just watched the first one and I just went, nah, because I'm not a fan of Australian film. Just not.
I'm gonna tell everybody what that is though, so they can. If that interests you, man, and I don't know. What is the name of that, man? It's gonna bother me. It's got like the name of a flower, I think.
It's only a brand new TV show, and I had no idea.
It's on Hulu, is what I'm remembering. So, and I've got Hulu pulled up, and
But yeah, it's got the same lady in it, and that's why I kind of thought, oh, is it that one you're talking about? Is that the name of it?
Is it what? Say that again.
It's got the lady in The Relic, the old lady, the same as the one in that TV show I'm telling about the flood. That's why I got it mixed up.
Yeah, what's the flood? Do you have the name?
No, I don't know the name. That's why I thought it was The Relic.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I only watched probably the first episode and just like, yeah, not interested.
And what I'll do is when I look it up, I'll find it for next week. So if anybody's got questions about it, we'll tell you to avoid it. But if you watch it, sorry, I couldn't find the name of the fucking thing. So all right, so next week, I was thinking, all right, so we've been doing these series, these past couple of these like two kind of atmospheric horror things, the Ju-on and then tonight's CURON. So I was thinking about shifting gears and maybe doing something with a little less attitude. Joey Diaz was on Joe Rogan the other day, and he was telling some fucking funny stories, and he started talking about this guy. And he said, Netflix just came out with a biopic on this dude. And this guy is The Legend of Walter Mercado. And it's called Mucho, Mucho Amor. And much, much love. And it's like the Puerto Rican Liberace.
But is it in English?
Yeah, it's in English.
Okay.
Yeah. It says, gender nonconforming astrologer mesmerized 120 million Latino viewers with his extravagance and positivity. So he said the whole family swore by him, and they would listen for their horoscopes and stuff. I don't know. I'm a big Joey Diaz fan anyway, because I literally could probably pull up next to that dude at a bar or something.
That's it.
What's it called?
Just said it. Bloom.
Bloom, that's it, Richo. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Bloom, Bloom. So, but yeah, so are y'all down for that?
I am, as long as we do Leftover season 1 the next week.
Well, okay, so we'll just table Watchmen because to be honest, you're not gonna like it because there's so much reference to the Watchmen. If you haven't seen the movie or especially read the comics, then you're going to be like, what the fuck? It's even, you have to, I think you have to know a lot of the story to really get what's going on.
I have seen the movie.
Oh, you have? Okay. Well, then we can we'll table that. So, all right. So next week we'll do the Mikado thing, and then the week after that, season 1 of Leftovers. All right. And what do you think, Lettuce?
Sounds good to me, man.
I think I might have. I seen The Leftovers?
You've watched some of it with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is it available on what?
It's on HBO. If you guys want to watch it, I can set that up.
Okay, cool. I would, yeah, I might have to do that. But I have my methods, as does Lettuce, apparently.
I do sometimes.
That's right.
I just can't find it no matter how much I try.
We break no laws here, though. You know, we're good people. We're good boys. We didn't do nothing.
It's all legal, okay? It's all legal.
Exactly. You know, it's like, I think at this point, it's time to tell everybody, have a good evening. Cream stream tomorrow night. You know, more of the same. It's the weirder this shit gets, the weirder it gets, you know, and it's just like it's definitely a car wreck that you can't stop looking at. You know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, the world, and we'll shoot the shit a little bit after this. But anyhow, all right, so let's go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Richo, Miguel, hey, man, Michael Hatfield. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I'll get you next time. Just make sure, hey, get me, goddammit. And I'll definitely try to catch you. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye, guys.
Thug Life fam.
See everybody.
Every week on Friday, midnight Eastern, the Cream Stream, the weekly world news for YouTube. Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern, the ice cream interviews, fascinating people. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hot takes with the Butter Baron. Watching horrible shit so you don't have to. Subscribe to Irate Prostate now.
Thanks, Miguel. I appreciate the